The Flash, issue 13, Joshua Williamson writing and Neil Googe on art. You know what? Just when I think I've had enough like sweet Christmas stories that warm my heart from DC Comics, and I think, oh, that's all it for a year because Christmas is by now. The Flash issue 13 comes out of nowhere and gives me the warmth.
This could have been an issue. This was an issue of the Flash. This could have been an episode of the Flash. Where Wally's trying to, keep the city safe while Barry has a night off.
Hey, to be fair, Matt, like Wally just in the show just got his powers. It wouldn't, and Barry and Iris are just recently started dating. It wouldn't surprise me if we essentially get this episode of the Flash in the near future.
And I'll watch it and enjoy it just as I did this one, and especially using somebody like Tar Pit, who's such a cool looking villain, and you don't get to see him that much.
Yeah,
So
the plot of this one is that Barry and Iris are on their technically their first date, but not really. They have a lot of banter about how they've tried to date before and it's never kind of worked. And the Iris makes the waiter take their phones away so they can't be distracted by news stories or crimes. She thinks it's just because Barry's a CSI, but in reality it's because he's also the Flash. And blah, blah, blah. But the whole idea is that Wally takes it upon himself to protect the city so that Barry can have the night off, and he's running around and he's solving all these little things, and then it's Christmas still, and Tar Pit's like stealing from this Christmas store or toy store, and he has to intervene, but it turns out Tar Pit's only stealing because someone's holding his like family to ransom, and it's a really sweet story of Wally trying to just be the hero, and he gets these great moments because he gets to shine and take responsibility for himself and help out Barry. But then Barry and Iris get these sweet moments as being a relationship and kind of realizing what works and what doesn't. So, that was another sweet Christmas story, and it worked for all the characters. It was, and also one of the things I loved was when Iris is saying, "Oh yeah, it's not like you've not been dating Barry," and we get that page, and it shows Patty from New 52, it shows Mina from earlier in this arc, and then it says who knows who else, and it shows you Jessica. And I'm like, oh, this is great. This is, again, acknowledging all the things that have been going on and have happened. So, that's great. Yeah,
and I feel Williamson really nails the voice of Iris, because I feel like, because she's a reporter like Lois, but she doesn't have the same temperament, I feel like Iris is a little more snappy than Lois. And here, I think Williamson really just nailed that. And even the Barry stuff, too, where he's, like, admitting that he's probably not always the best.
Yeah.
Because he has to run, and, there's humility there. And then the tease at the end, where...
Oh, the tease. Oh, by the way, the thing about the tease as well is the line that... Because I was just looking for this as you were talking there. So, at the bottom of the page, it's after Wally's made some, like, cocoa for Barry and Iris, and they're discussing stuff. And she says to Barry, why don't we just enjoy this hot cocoa together and let's stay inside away from the cold. And at the bottom of the page, you see the visor, the glasses from Captain Cold, and you turn the page and we see that he's actually in, like, I don't know, the West Coast, somewhere sunny. He's looking very happy.
There's a desert.
Yeah. And we see him use a cold gun, not some weird cold powers from his hand. It's a cold gun. I actually thought he was getting, because he's getting schematics from this guy, he's buying them, and then and before he uses the cold gun, I thought he was getting schematics to build the cold gun. But whatever. So we don't know what these schematics are for, but it's just a little tease for the next arc, which is called The Rogues Reloaded, which I am pumped for.
Well, as soon as that guy tried to rip him off, you knew what was coming.
Yeah. Leonard Snart he's a man of honor, but if you try and screw him, he will just take you down. That's kind of his thing.
So we got Killer Frost in Captain Cold. No Cold Snap, though.
No Cold Snap this week, unfortunately. It does pain me to say that. But there you go. So that's the Flash. In fact, speaking of rogues, I did enjoy when Wally's like just sort of narrating about Tar Pit, and he says, "Oh, this is one of the Flash's rogues, not the rogues, just one of his villains."
Hey, rogue, yeah.
I like that. It's a little touch.